Hello, I'm TheZOMBIEJ. This is probably the last video for today. Actually, no, I take that back. I might have a bonus video for y'all today. But for now, it's time to talk about another piece. Yeah! This time, it's a torso piece. Kind of an extension, in a way, of the NEET build, to an extent, but it's from 2008. Yeah. It's the Makuta 2008 torso. It's got two ball joints, one over here, one over here. It's got connection points right up here and right up here. Got another connection point. Well, you slip something down in there with an axle rod. Then you got two connections, one on either side, where you can slide an axle into, and that holds. Obviously, it's a little wobbly, but it would still hold a what's it called? It would still hold something there, like a socket, for example. It has three, count it, three holes right here, pinholes. Has a space back here, which you could probably put something. Obviously, you'd have to build stuff up. This one's got some dust on it. Ew. It's got four pinholes right there, from the middle of the abdomen down to where would be the crotch area, if you have the piece there. This is a very cool looking piece, I think. It's got some ribbing on either side of this pinhole. It's got this rounded back texture. I mean, the Makuta from 2008 tended to be of mythological demon sort of things, and there's also some more detail here and there on the back. Detail up top. Got some pistons, of course. It's gotta have fucking pistons. It's fucking Bionicle, for crying out loud. So there's one on either side. It's got these sort of things right there. I don't know what those are supposed to be. Sort of gear-like things, maybe? I don't know. Overall, this piece is very well shaped and very well created. I do like it. It was only used in 2008. Actually, that's a lie. It was used in 2010 for Hero Factory for Vaughn Nebula. And that's it. This piece was just... It exited stage left a little too early. And it was replaced, obviously. So, this was clearly a piece that was something of value in a way. It's got more connection points than you could probably imagine. It's definitely a useful piece. This one obviously could be used for a torso. It could be used as a foot. You can use it as a foot. Squash people with it. I don't know. You could definitely use this for different things. You can even have it this way. Mounted this way or at an angle for something. I don't know. Creativity. It's interesting. But that's not the only thing about this torso piece, other than its use being interesting. It has this rib cage piece, which is actually made of polypropylene. And we got a couple of pins right there. Yeah, I know there's a couple of ribs missing. Oof. So you just plug those in. Boom. He's got a rib cage. And you push on this. And that's how you put the Tridax pod. Comes in two halves. Don't believe me? There you go. See, they just clip on together. These ones are fairly loose. So you basically fill up the Tridax pod with the shadow leeches, little rubbery dudes, and you put that in there, and it's kind of terrifying almost. Basically, with this is basically what the Makuta from 2008. This was their sort of projectile weapon, if you will. Basically, you hold it and you push on this polypropylene piece. Half the time it won't. The Tridax pod won't break in half. Other times it will. And you know what? This polypropylene rib cage piece was never used again. So, however, the Tridax pod did make a return in Von Nebula again. And this time, in a sort of blue mixed with black. So it's sort of nebular and whatnot. So these are the only two the color combinations we've seen. Trans orange and black and blue, as if it's been viciously beaten. Holy shit. And, you know, it was combined together like this. Or right here. It doesn't really matter. It looks pretty cool. And, well, a couple of dangling testicles, I guess. Yeah, the Tridax pod is definitely an interesting piece. It's only got 2 connection points, for axles at least, which is how this one ended up on the staff. But the only other connection point are these clipped pieces, so clip into place. So this piece, the Tridax pod, it was useful to some extent. Lego used it for the Nyazesk. That was basically a big mosquito-like Rahi. They used parts from Pohatu Fantoka, Toa Ignica, and Vampra. And this was one of the pieces that was used. It was used on either side of the head as bug eyes. Yeah, these can be used as bug eyes. They could also be used as, well, boobs for female box. You can also use one of these as like the cap of a head, the top of a head or something. That's really all I can think of. It's just those 3 uses, you know, bug eyes, boobs, and a cap on the head, or part of a head design. You know, it's not the most useful piece ever, but I mean, it all depends on your preferred use of this piece. It only came in 2 fucking flavors, and that is this one and this one. This one actually looks pretty cool because of the nebula-esque, space-esque color scheme with the blue and the black. So that's pretty cool. It looks like it's got veins of some sort in it. Obviously, if you look at up close and personal with it, it's got sort of veiny texture. You know, that's pretty cool. It's supposed to be like a cocoon of some sort that when hatched explodes and launches out the shadow leeches, which will kill the Matoran. No, it won't kill the Matoran. It will actually just drain them of their light and, well, turn them into Shadow Matoran, because that's exactly what happened to a few of Shadow Matorans, or Ath Matorans that became Shadow Matoran. So while this piece is useful, its uses are rather limited. You can only do so much with this Tridax pod. In fact, you could probably even use it as, I don't know, upper arm, shoulder armor sort of thing. I don't know. Is that even possible? Find a way. I don't know. There's definitely some interesting things you could probably pull off with this. I just think it sucks that it was only available in 2 color schemes, and it also sucks that it was only used for the Fantoka Makutas, including Vampra, Chirox, Antros, and Mutron. However, and Icarax, of course, Icarax. However, the torso piece was then reused for, it was obviously used for Icarax, and Mutron, but it was also used, without the ribcage of course, for Krika, one of the swamp Makutas. Looks like an insect of some sort. So, yeah, but that was it until until 2010 when we saw Von Nebula. Other than that, I don't think this piece was ever used ever again. It's a shame. It really was. I don't think it even was used in 2009 at all. Holy crap. So you create a piece, then you underutilize it that much. I mean, seriously, how unholy can you be to underutilize the shit out of a piece and walk away and say nothing? that's seriously, it's stupid as flip, and I don't understand, and it hurts my brain. Now, obviously this mechanism is flawed. The piece is made of polypropylene, the rib cage at least. This piece is made of plastic. The pins are made of plastic. Well, obviously, what's it called? ABS plastic. And again, that's what the Tridax pod is made out of, so, but sometimes, hey, it exploded that time. Oh, I see where the other one is. Where'd it go? Come back here. Come back here, stupid. Come back here, stupid. Come back here, stupid. Get your fucking ass over here. There we go. That's that half. Where did the other one? Oh. Ended up in there, yay. So, while the mechanism is quite fun, it's not entirely useful unless you want to, instead of putting a Tridax pod in there, actually build it up and put some, you know, internals. Like, internal organs or something, if you really want to go with that. Because you have a rib cage, okay, and you have a torso that works with the rib cage. But the problem with these Makuta from 2008, well, the ones that have it, how do they breathe? How do they actually live? Yeah, I know they're mechanical, but still, there's some organic parts to these bionicle characters. There has to be a heart, there has to be like a liver, there has to be lungs, there has to be, you have to have a way to breathe and whatnot. But maybe I'm digging a little too deep into this, but hey, still, I mean, after the Tridax pod is launched and, you know, and that folds back in, what happens? Does it just regenerate? Does it grow back in there and manifest itself in there, and the shell leeches just grow and breed or whatever? I don't get it. Was this ever explained? Did Greg Farsty ever explain this whole thing? I don't know if he did. I actually don't think he did, but I could be wrong. Let me know in the comment section below. Yeah, the rib cage pieces, the little ribs, definitely kind of, at least these ones, the ones that go out, they definitely kind of give me a Paraka toe foot, claw foot, toe piece vibe in a way. It's just maybe not so much, but also I don't know. It's definitely a pretty cool concept for a mechanism and to launch, you know. So I'm gonna try launching the Nebula one. This was an idea I originally had to try and, you know, revamp Von Nebula. Give him this torso with the rib cage and that. The Nebula Tridax pod. And it would just be empty, except it will be filled with nebulas, and yeah. And this essence power of the nebulas and whatnot, I don't know. Jesus Christ. I need a drink, hang on. Tea for the win. Alright. Alright, so, I mean, seriously, I could have used this, but then what would I do with the Paraka foot? Yeah, I didn't want to, like, I wanted to use that Paraka foot in front of the rib cage and tack it on. Problem is, that was way too hard to figure out for me. I've done harder things than do that, but yeah. So I wasn't going to do that. Maybe I still will, but maybe I won't even use that foot. Maybe I will go and put something better. And, you know, obviously cover up this little spot. But I don't know. It's definitely a cool concept, and, well, fuck. There you go, you little bastard. Come here. Ugh. So, the Tridax pod and the Makuta torso from 2008, well, the Fantoka one that was used for the Fantoka ones. It's a pretty cool design. I do like the concept of it. You have, you know, pinholes ad nauseum. There's even a pinhole. All right, there's even a pinhole. Obviously on the areas where you have to plug it into the torsos, but there's a pinhole right there, and nobody uses that for some reason. That is weird. It's like you have this rib cage piece that is completely fucking flexible because it's polypropylene. It can get manipulated a lot, like really a lot, and yet you don't use this pinhole. You make it inaccessible. It doesn't make sense. I mean, really. Ah, fuck. Don't split. There we go. There we go. It just doesn't make sense. But, you know, there's definitely a lot of fun that can be had with this setup, obviously. And I encourage you to try it out yourself. Even if you want to make like some sort of Makuta 2008 Ultimate Kaita sort of thing, combination model, that would be pretty cool, because I've never seen a Makuta Kaita combination model for, the camera's about to die. Camera's about to die. So, Makuta Kaita combination model of the three Makutas and their Matorans. Obviously, I don't think you would include Mutron or even Icarax. Okay, maybe include those two as well as Vican. Combine all of them together and see what you get out of it. Maybe have the mask of, well, Makuta Icarax as the main mask for the combo model. That would be pretty cool, actually. I'm not going to do that because I don't have enough of the stats. So, there you go. But the Tridax pod and the torso that's associated with, pretty fucking cool. Not as useful as you think, though. So, obviously this one is the only other color we got out of it. Whatever. So, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I gotta charge this fucking camera now, and well, stay tuned for more videos. I am TheZOMBIEJ. I'll see you folks later. Have a good fucking day, and peace. Stay tuned for a bonus video, and yeah.